Morning. On my way to True Rest Float Spa in Farmington Hills. Supposedly a lot of benefits. Giving the floating experience another try. I did it one time before, and unfortunately, it was a cluster. I went to this place, not the same place, I went to this other place. They were new. I feel like they didn't have their shit together all the way. It was a disaster. The float tank thing did not work. There was some issues with the filter. It was doing some strange stuff. The lights would come on automatically. They kept having to go in there for some maintenance issues. I'm not 110% sure they were ready to take customers. And that's one thing about a business. If you open a business, when you open, you gotta make sure that you're ready to take customers. Now, there's definitely gonna be some odds and ends that are not all the way together yet, but you wanna make sure you have the format and the systems are all running go in order to take customers. Because if not, you're gonna get like bad experiences. And when people have bad experiences, man, it is really hard to win them back. We're gonna check it out today and see how this place stacks up. They've been sending coupons and doing marketing campaigns constantly. So I'm really anxious to see if this place has their act together, because I really want to test out this float business and see exactly what all the hoopla is about. We are here, True Rest Float Spa. Woohoo! Definitely kind of steamy in here. This fresh water in case you get salt in your eyes. Floaty head thing if your head keeps sinking down. I got speakers, light controls. It's pretty sweet. There's 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt in this pod. This is the shower. You have to shower before you go in there. They got little hookups for your phone if you want to put phone audio in. Okay, they want me to shower first before I go in. And I stink pretty bad, so I definitely need this. It's pretty scary in here. So just getting out of the float tank, there's a couple things you want to keep in mind. Put your earplugs in first before you shower. That way you don't have water in your ears. And then definitely use this head floater thing. Makes it 10,000 times more comfortable. You just float with it. It keeps your head up, keeps the water out of your eyes. It works so good I didn't even have to use spray bottle at all. That would be my suggestion. But other than that, it's a lot better than my last experience, like 10,000 times better. So definitely check this place out. So what was the experience like? Thank you, sir. Your results may vary, but for me, I did not hallucinate. I definitely, like when you close your eyes or when you're looking into the darkness, you can see like little shapes and swirls and stuff like that. So I had like that. It was very relaxing, like super relaxing. And it definitely made my muscles feel more relaxed. Like if you're a person that goes to the gym a lot, you're definitely gonna feel better just because of all that Epsom salt. Like I said, it's 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt in that water, and it's body temperature. So it is a little warm there. If you're not a heat person, you might, I don't know, it might not be super comfortable for you, because I did notice it was quite warm in the building and in the water. And it was like I said, it's body temperature. So you get a sensation like you're kind of floating in space. That's what it was like for me. Some people say they see shit. I didn't have anything like that, but it was very relaxing, like floating through space. As far as the business aspect of it, just a couple critiques what I thought could have been done better. When they have you sign in, I'm not a big fan of signing in and putting all your information down on typing it in on an iPad. To me, it takes a lot of time, and it's just so much easier just to write your information. But I get it, maybe some people are used to typing on an iPad. I just am not. I don't like finger poking. You can't really type on an iPad. You kind of have to poke it with your finger. And to me, it's not the best way to fill out forms. I would rather just fill out paper forms or something like that. But I know it's a pain in the ass for them if they're trying to go paperless. The location was easy to find. It was in a big strip mall with a bunch of stores. Usually when it comes to businesses, I'm not a super big fan of strip malls that are off the street, because I think visibility is really low. Except this is an exception, unless you have a lot of major anchor stores there, like DSWs. They had like a Saks Fifth Avenue, like outlet type thing there. There was a lot of, and the place was packed. The parking lot, I had to drive around like 3 or 4 times just to find a space. So clearly when there's that many anchor stores, large anchor stores and restaurants in a strip mall like that, then I'm all for, it's not a drawback to me. But if there's no big stores or anything in there, I try to avoid those because the visibility is very poor. Cleanliness, it was very clean there, but I'm just saying from a business standpoint, one thing that you would have to have if you were running a business like that, you got to make sure the cleanliness. With all that salt, I noticed the salt creep everywhere. On my phone and everything, like when I left, was covered in that salty layer. And I noticed that a little bit on some things there. Like not knocking them. The place was super clean. I'm just saying, if you were to open that business, that's one thing that they're definitely on top of, that you'd have to be on top of, is that salt gets everywhere in every nook and cranny. So if you do decide to do that as a business, that's just one thing you got to be aware of. Other than that, it seems not bad. People just pay for the hour. Those pods automatically filter everything. They're on timers and they filter the water. So it's always clean. People are showering. There's showers in the rooms. That's always clean. Trying to think if there's anything else from you have a front desk person and a cleaner person. To me, that seems like all you need really to run that business. So staff-wise, it seems very minimal. And the staff that's there, like the front desk person kind of leads you through and does the tour and everything. It's all on timers. Everything's automated. You go in there, the lights go off on their own. And then when they're done, when your time is up, the bubbles start going again. You kind of hear the filter turn on, and then the light comes back on in the pod as well as in the room. So that's how you kind of know when your time's up. I think the setup cost for that is kind of high. I know those pods are expensive. There is some competition, so you want to try to find that competitive edge as to why your place would be better. So I'm thinking cleanliness, good service, good deals. These guys advertise a lot. I saw on Groupon, they did a lot of email blasts. That's how I got a thing in my email for them. So I don't know, they must have got my name off a list or something, but I got it. I enjoyed it. Like I said, my first experience at a different place was really bad. This place was completely different. 180-degree turn was much better than my first experience. This one I enjoyed immensely, and I will be back for sure. So if you're in that area, check them out. It's a True Rest Float Spa, and that's in Farmington Hills, Michigan.